Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of this 5-game series here at Wolf Field in beautiful Canyon County, Idaho. Some dark clouds weave around us today, but able to escape from any rain. I'm Nick Gruber, the voice of the Spuds, and I thank you for tuning in this evening. Today, the Spuds stay on the search for their first win of the season, as well as looking to even up the series against the Gem City Bison. Last night, the Bison edged out the victory with a final score of 4-3. On their way to the win, the Bison also out-hit the Spuds 11-4. So tonight, the Spuds look to get out of their slump and stamp their first win of the season, while the Bison look to start the series 2-0 and get their 5th win of the year. We'll take a look at those starting lineups after the national anthem. Alrighty, folks, before the first pitch, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Leading off for the Bison, number 15, center fielder Derek Wood. Next, number 1, shortstop Quinn McCafferty. Third in the lineup is the second baseman, number 6, Justice Panton. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 26, Nico Pezzanella. Fifth is number 10, the designated hitter tonight, Luke Bannister. Sixth, the third baseman, number 7, Tyler Godfrey. Seventh, first baseman, number 29, Calvin Webb. After him, the left fielder, number 31, Cooper Hack. And rounding out the lineup, the right fielder, number 4, Caleb Salgado. On the mound for the Bison is Mitchell Tulk, number 33. So a similar look for the Bison, a couple of new names up here and a little change in the order. But now, the starting lineup for your home team, Canyon County Spuds. Batting first is number 1, center fielder Owen Bischoff. Next, number 13, the right fielder Lucas Danielewicz. Third is first baseman number 34, Tyler Stone. Batting cleanup, center fielder number 9, Tyler Castelli. Fifth in the lineup, the catcher, number 7, Jeremy Keller. The designated hitter tonight for the Spuds is number 10, Peyton Flynn. Seventh is the shortstop, number 2, Zachary Schwartzberg. Eighth, number 4, the second baseman tonight, Mason Levitt. And rounding out the lineup is number 5, the third baseman, Dawson Barakani. On the mound for the Spuds, number 14, Jansen Lucas. So here we go. First pitch set to get underway here. 7:03 local time. We'll start with Derek Wood from Paradise Valley Junior College for the Bison. The first pitch in there high. We'll start with a ball. Jansen Lucas, number 14 for the Spuds, dealing the pitches on the mound. Second pitch, that one swung at towards the third base line. That'll even up the count at 1-1. So a 1-1 count to start out game 2 of this 5-game stretch here for the Spuds facing the Bison. Here comes the 1-1. That one won't find the upper of the strike zone. We'll call that a ball. So a 2-1 count. The first batter here of the day. Comes the 2-1. That one swung at towards the second baseman. Mason Levitt fields it cleanly, tosses it to first in time for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down to start the top of the first inning. That's Derek Wood grounding out to the second baseman, Mason Levitt. Brings up Quinn McCafferty, number 9, the shortstop for the Bison. He had 2 at-bats last night with 1 hit, a .500 average. Here comes the lefty to the righty. That one in there inside and will strike McCafferty in the back. So his first pitch will be a walk. That'll bring up Justice Panton, the second baseman, batting third for the Bison, second night in a row for him. Justice Panton wearing number 6. Looking at the pitcher tonight, Jansen Lucas, the lefty, on the pitcher's mound. Here comes that first pitch. That one also will be inside for a ball. So a couple of early inside pitches from Lucas. Looking to find the strike zone. So 1 quick out to start the top. A runner at first. Here comes the 1-0. That one will also be inside. A 2-0. So the Spuds still searching for their first win of the season and even up the series. The Bison took last night's 4-3. Here comes the 2-0 to Panton. That one finds the inside of the strike zone. Strike 1 will move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. So it's McCafferty standing at first base after being hit by pitch. Justice Panton batting for the Bison. Here comes the pitch. That one catches the top of the strike zone for strike 2. We'll even up the count at 2-2. After 1 quick out, the 2-2 pitch from Lucas. Takes a peek at first. It'll be a pickoff opportunity. Runner will go to second, and the throw from first to second will be in time. So McCafferty decides to take off after Lucas goes for the pickoff attempt. And that's Tyler Stone able to flip it to Mason Levitt to tag out McCafferty in time. So 2 outs now, no runners on to start the night here for the Spuds. So here comes Nico Pezzanella, the DH for the Bison tonight. That one way outside, ball 1. Oh. That one swung at towards the third baseman. Dawson Baracani fields it cleanly and flips over to first. So mistake made there by me. Justice Panton was still at the plate with a full count. He swung at that one to the third baseman Baracani for the out. So we'll move to the bottom of the first. A quick start for the Spuds on defense. It'll bring the top of the order. Owen Bischoff, then Lucas Danielewicz, and then Tyler Stone. We'll be right back with the action after this break.
Don't you hear my
So after the quick top of the first, move us to the bottom of the first now. The Spuds looking to get things going on offense. It's Owen Bischoff who gets the leading spot tonight for the Spuds, wearing number 1 out of Yakima Valley College. So Bischoff wasn't in the lineup last night. He's got 1 game on the year, 5 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 run, batting .200. That first pitch, bunt shown, laid down well from Bischoff. He's on his way to first, but the throw will be in time. So an unsuccessful bunt from Owen Bischoff to lead off the inning. That'll bring up Lucas Danielwicks, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 13, Lucas Danielwicks.
For the Spuds. The Spuds tonight, the black tops, the pinstripe bottoms. Looking at the Bison wearing the brown tops and the gray bottoms. Here comes the 0-0. That one outside, ball 1. So start with the 1-0 count after 1 quick out. Unsuccessful bunt from Owen Bischoff to lead off the inning. Here comes the 1-0. That one low and outside, ball 2. So Danielwicks on the year, batting .400. Here comes the 2-0. That one will find the end of the strike zone. We'll move the count to 2-1. So on the mound for the Bison, Mitchell Tolk. Last night, he was standing at first base. Now tonight, he gets the nod for the starting pitching job. Here comes the 2-1. That one curves in there to even the count at 2-2. So now the even count from Tolk. Here it comes. That one swung at towards the third baseman, fielded from Godfrey, but it will be called a foul ball. So the count will stay at 2-2. Danielwicks makes his way back to the hitter's box, picks his bat back up, and he'll look at Tolk once more for the 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch fouled back from Danielwicks. Count will stay even, and we'll try this pitch once more. A little bit of an early battle here, Danielwicks to Tolk. Here comes the 2-2 once more. That one finds the strike zone for Mitchell Tolk's first strikeout of the night. So Danielwicks strikes out looking to bring up the second out of the inning. Brings up Tyler Stone out of Gonzaga, who's entered the transfer portal after this year. The big left-handed first baseman, playing really well on the year. Only 1 hit last night. Here comes that first pitch. That will be way up outside for ball 1. So a quick 1-0 to Stone as he stands in the box with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. That one swung at towards center field. It'll find the gap for a base hit for Tyler Stone. So Tyler Stone, the king of base hits, if you've tuned in to our previous 4 games. Been playing very well this year. So Stone moves to first base, brings up Tyler Castelli, the left-handed hitter wearing number 9 for the Spuds. So 2 outs, now 1 runner at first. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Castelli. That one will be low for ball 1. So now the 1-0 count to Tyler Castelli out of Embry-Riddle College. Here comes the pitch from Tolk. That one swung at towards center field. It'll also find the gap. So another base hit, back-to-back base hits for the Spuds. Moves a runner in scoring position in Tyler Stone, and it'll bring up the catcher, Jeremy Keller. So 2 base hits with 2 outs here in the inning.
Number 7, Jeremy Keller.
Brings up Jeremy Keller. Jeremy Keller out of Skyline Community College. Played last night in his first appearance for the Spuds. 3 at-bats, couldn't find a hit. He looks to get some stats here today. Here comes the 0-0 pitch from Tolk. That one skips in there low. Stone will make his way from second to third, slides in safe. So now runners at the corners for the Spuds. So the Spuds looking to get an early run here. They didn't lead at all last night. Looking to change the script here today. So it's Tyler Stone now at third. Castelli at first. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Keller. Tolk looks at first. Now back at the batter. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on, fouled towards the dugout of the Bison. Hope everybody's okay down there. We'll move the count to 1-1. So after 2 quick outs, Stone and Castelli came up and hit their respective base hits. As Keller looked like he broke part of his bat. We'll go back to the dugout to find him a new one as he faces Mitchell Tolk with a 1-1 count. So he steps back in the box. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Tolk takes a peek at Castelli. Now looks down towards Keller. Here comes the 1-1 check swing. Didn't go, and the ball will miss outside. Move the count to 2-1. So 2 outs, runners at the corners. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Keller. That one swung at deep towards center field. That's Derek Wood running back left to right to make the play, and he will for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Spuds, a couple of hits, but unable to find the scoreboard. The score still tied 0-0. We'll move to the top of the 2nd inning as Nico Pezzanella, the DH for the Bison, will be leading off. We'll be right back into the action after this short break. So that first pitch to Pezzanella on its way will be a quick ball. So the 1-0 count dealing to Nico Pezzanella, actually playing catcher tonight. I initially had him down as the DH. Here comes the second pitch. That one will curve in outside. 2-0 count now. Yeah. So the 2-0, Jansen Lucas pitching to Pezzanella. That one, big swing and a miss. We'll move the count to 2-1. So after 3 quick outs in the first inning. Pezzanella batting fourth in the lineup tonight. A little lefty on lefty action. 2 balls, 1 strike on its way. That one will be high. Move the count to 3-1. So advantage Pezzanella. Pezzanella out of Northern State University. Looking at pitcher Jansen Lucas. Here comes the 3-1. That one finds the strike zone. We'll move it to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lucas looking for strikeout number 1 of his day. Here comes the full. That one big swing and a miss. So a leadoff strikeout for Jansen Lucas. To Nico Pezzanella will bring up Luke Bannister for the Bison.
The designated hitter, number 10, Luke Bannister. The designated hitter, Bannister.
Bannister, the DH tonight for the Bison. Last night, 5 at-bats, 3 hits. He looked to keep his day. That one will be fouled off right. A diving play from Daniel Wicks won't be there. So Daniel Wicks taken off from his right field spot. Tries to slide in and make the grab for out number 2. But can't corral it. So 0-1 nonetheless. 1 out to Luke Bannister. As I mentioned, Bannister last night, 3 for 5, led the Bison in hits. Here comes the 0-1 from Lucas. That one swung at towards center field. That's Owen Bischoff coming up to make the grab, and he does for out 2. So after Bannister comes Tyler Godfrey, the third baseman out of Montana State University in Billings. Yep. Tyler Godfrey making his first appearance here in this series. The lefty wearing number 7. Here comes the first pitch. That one will curve in there outside. Ball 1. So the 1-0 count, Lucas to Godfrey. Here comes pitch number 2. That one swung on, fouled back. Will it get out of play? It does. No grab made from the fan there. Pulled out his hat, but couldn't get the play. So we'll move the count to 1-1 now with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 quick outs. Tyler Godfrey, the lefty, in the batter's box for the Bison. Here comes the 1-1. That one will make contact, and he'll make his way to first. So the second player hit by pitch tonight for Jansen Lucas on the mounds will bring up Calvin Webb, number 23. He also making his series debut. So a fresh count, 2 outs, now a runner at first. Here comes the pitch. That one upstairs for ball 1. So now the count sits at 1-0. Runner at first is Tyler Godfrey. Comes the pitch from Lucas. That one swung on, fouled off out of the park. Even the count up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at first after being hit by the pitch. Here comes the pitch. That one, check swing. Looks like he made contact, fouled off. Move the count to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 quick outs. Godfrey at first after being hit by the pitch. Comes the pitch. That one swung on deep right field. That's Lucas Danielwicks coming over to make the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So another quick batting appearance for the Bison will move us to the bottom of the second inning. Still 0-0 the score. We'll be back in the action. after this break. Welcome back to the action here in the bottom of the second inning. Score still remains 0-0 after a couple quick 3 outs in both the top of the first and the top of the second. So Peyton Flynn, the DH tonight, that first pitch he swings at and misses for strike 1. So Peyton Flynn out of Montana State Billings. Looking at Mitchell Tolk with now the count at 0-1. Here comes pitch 2. That one another swing and a miss. We'll move the count to 0-2. 2 strikes, no balls. Here to start the bottom of the second. So the 2 strikes on its way. That one swung at deep center field. Derek Wood moving left to right, coming over to make the grab, and he does. So 1 quick out to start the bottom of the second brings up the shortstop, Zachary Schwartzberg, wearing number 2 out of Saddleback Community College. Schwartzberg, 2 at-bats last night, found 1 hit. Hitting fairly well on the season in his 2-game appearances. This is his 3rd one for the Spuds. Here comes the fresh count. That one swung at towards the shortstop McCafferty. He cleans it well, and the 1 hop is fielded well from first baseman Calvin Webb for out 2. So 2 quick outs seems to be the theme early on here in the game. So Mason Levitt, number 4, second baseman tonight, batting 8th in the lineup, now steps into the box looking at pitcher Mitchell Tolk. Tolk last night standing at first base, now the pitcher. Here comes the first pitch. That one will find the strike zone. 0-1 count. So now the 0-1, 2 outs. That one swung on, fouled back and right. So another 0-2 count, the second one of this inning. The Bison looking for 3 up, 3 down. Mason Levitt looking to say otherwise. Takes that pitch in there for a ball. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one check swing in there for a strike nonetheless for Mitchell Tolk's 2nd strikeout of the night. So yet another quick half of the inning will end the second. We'll move to the top of the third. The score still even at 0-0. We'll be right back with the action. So we move to the top of the third inning now. It'll bring up Cooper Hack, number 31, the left fielder for the Bison. Cooper Hack making his debut of the series. A few players for the Bison, similar situation tonight. So that first pitch in there upstairs, ball one. So the 1-0 count, Jansen Lucas still on the mound for the Spuds. Here comes pitch two. That one will find the strike zone. We'll even it up at 1-1. So last night, a close game. The Bison edged it out 4-3. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one also outside for a ball. The Spuds looking to get one back on the Bison and find their first win of the season in the second game of this 5-game home stretch. Here comes the 2-1. That one outside. Now a 3-1. So Jansen Lucas out of Lewis Clark State College on the mound for the Spuds. Comes the 3-1 to the leadoff hitter here in the top of the third, Cooper Hack. That one also gets away from him, so a leadoff walk. 5-pitch walk will move Hack to first and brings up at the bottom of the lineup for the Bison, Caleb Salgado, the right fielder out of Yuba College. So now a runner at first after Hack draws the walk. Here comes the fresh count pitch. That one curves in there, strike one. So the 0-1 to Salgado, batting ninth in the lineup. Here in the top of the third inning with one runner on. That second pitch in there will be upstairs, even the count up at 1-1. 1-1 count now. Cooper Hack standing at first base. That one big swing and a miss, strike two. Good looking pitch there from the lefty Jansen Lucas. The count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still no outs, the second batter of the inning. Here comes the 1-2. A pickoff attempt towards Cooper Hack, but he slides back in time, will be safe. So still the 1-2 count, Lucas to Salgado. That one will be upstairs and outside, even the count up at 2-2. So Lucas, 1 strikeout so far. Even count, no outs. Another pickoff attempt, but Hack in there safely once more. So Lucas just keeping Hack honest over there at first base. The 2-2 pitch on its way. That one swung on towards third base, but won't stay fair. So just over the head of Barricani, but goes foul. So 2-2 count will stay, and we'll try this one once more. Still no outs here at the top of the third. Hack standing at first base after the 5-pitch walk. Here comes the 2-2. That one up and gets away from the catcher, Jeremy Keller, so Hack will make his way from first to second. So a little bit of an errant pitch there from Lucas. Goes over the glove of Jeremy Keller. Now a runner in scoring position for the Bison. The count now at full. Still no outs here in the top of the third. Pitch on its way. Big swing and a miss. So a good looking strikeout there at the full count for Jansen Lucas. His second one of the day. Brings up the top of the lineup for the Bison, Derek Wood, the center fielder, the left-handed hitter. Wood batting first in the lineup tonight for the Bison. 0 for 1 on the day. Here comes the first pitch. That one curves in there, strike one. So last night, Derek Wood, 5 at-bats, 2 hits, and 1 RBI, 400 average. Looking at Lucas on the mound tonight. Here comes the 0-1. Lucas takes a peek at second. That pitch, swing and a miss. We'll move the count to 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes. One out still here in the top of the third. A runner on second base is Cooper Hack. The 0-2 on its way. Another big swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Jansen Lucas, his third one through the 2 innings in here in the top of the third. That'll bring up Quinn McCafferty, the shortstop out of Western Nebraska Community College. McCafferty last night, 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 run. Now 2 outs in the inning. Here comes the fresh count. That one will be outside. Ball 1. So 1-0 count from Lucas to McCafferty. Lucas takes a peek back at Hack. Time was called for McCafferty in the box. McCafferty steps back into the box. Count still at 1-0. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. That one outside. Ball 2. So now 2 balls, no strikes. Lucas to McCafferty. 2-0 on its way. That one will be low for the third ball. So advantage to McCafferty. 3 balls, no strikes. The 2 outs. 3-0 on its way. That one way inside. Makes contact with McCafferty's leg. So it'll go down as a hit by pitch. We'll move runners to first and second now. So Hack looked to take off there, but the pitch made contact with McCafferty. Brings up Justice Panton, the second baseman, batting third in the lineup out of North Carolina A&T. Panton, no hits last night. Looking at Lucas on the mound with a runner at first and second. So 2 outs in the top of the third. That one big swing and a miss for strike 1. Panton steps back into the box. It's McCafferty at first base and Cooper Hack at second. Here comes the 0-1. That one a bit upstairs, even the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Lucas on the mound, 3 strikeouts. Looking at Justice Panton. Comes the 1-1. That one will be low and inside. Ball 2. A little bit of an overcast day here in Caldwell. Nonetheless, a nice day for baseball. Escaping the rain today. Here comes the 2-1. That one swung on, fouled straight back. Moves the count to 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. So that's Hack standing at second base. McCafferty at first.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Panton in the box.
Here comes the even count, 2 outs. That one finds the strike zone for another strikeout. So Lucas finds his 4th strikeout of the day. Ends the top of the third, leaves 2 on base, 1 in scoring position for the Bison. Will leave the score at 0-0. The Spuds will come back out on offense, looking to get some runs on the board and take a lead. We'll be right back with the action in the bottom of the third inning after this short break. So now we move to the bottom of the third inning as Dawson Baracani playing third base tonight for the Spuds, rounding out the lineup, hitting ninth. We'll step into the box looking at Tolk. The first pitch, that one will be low in there for a ball. So 1-0 count, Tolk to Dawson Baracani. Last night Baracani couldn't find a hit at his 3 at-bats. Puts a little dirt on his hands, or I guess turf rather. And the turf infield here at Wolf Field in Caldwell. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one will be just a bit inside. We'll move to 2-0. Baracani steps back over the plate. Here comes the 2-0. That one will find the strike zone for the 2-1 count now. So 2 balls, 1 strike to start the bottom of the third here for Dawson Baracani out of Mesa Community College. That pitch inside looks like it makes contact with Baracani's lead arm, so he'll make his way to first after the hit by pitch. That'll bring the top of the lineup back up. Owen Bischoff, the center fielder. So Bischoff will step into the batter's box with a runner now at first base. Baracani takes that one off of the arm. So Bischoff not in the lineup last night, came in as a pinch hitter. Here comes the first pitch. That one, big swing and a miss. Called strike 1. So an 0-1 count, Tolk to Bischoff. Comes the 0-1, Baracani standing at first, on its way. That one skips in outside, move the count to 1-1, even it up. So a little bit of a pitcher battle here early. Lucas for the Spuds, 4 strikeouts. Tolk for the Bison, 3 strikeouts. The Spuds looking to strike first, take a lead, something they couldn't do last night. So the 1-1 count on its way. Another big swing and a miss from Owen Bischoff. Move the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. crowd starting a little chant here. Looking to give it a little boost of energy to Bischoff as he finds himself in the box with 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Tolk. That one will be skip in there. So Baracani takes off from first. The dive, his helmet flies off, but he will be in there safe. So now a runner in scoring position. I believe the second one of the night for the Spuds. Their Baracani makes his way from first to second after the pitch gets away from the catcher Pezzanella. So Baracani puts his helmet and glasses back on after the head first slide into second. The count now 2-2 to Owen Bischoff. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third. Tolk looks back at Baracani. He shuffles back and forth. Here comes the pitch. That one skips in there low once more. It'll be a full count now. So full count, no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Bischoff, the second hitter after Baracani was hit by pitch and then successfully stole a base at second base now. Here comes the full count. That one just a bit low, counted as a walk. So Bischoff makes his way to first. Baracani still stands at second. We'll bring up Lucas Danielewicz, the right fielder. Danielewicz appeared in 3 games so far this year for the Spuds. He's got 10 at-bats, 4 hits, 4 runs, a pair of doubles, and 3 RBIs. So a good start of the season for Lucas Danielewicz, as tonight batting second out of the lineup. So the coach for the Bison makes his way to the mound to have a chat with Mitchell Tolk as he is on the mound for the Bison with a runner at first and second. Now for everybody tuning in online on Spuds TV on our YouTube channel, we hope that you can find a way to make it out here to Caldwell at Wolf Field to catch a game live. A really nice ballpark, easy to get to, good parking. The best food you'll find in the Independence League, as we have a food truck operating the majority of the game. Hot dogs, hamburgers, brisket, nachos. So we'll get back into the action. 0 balls, 0 strikes. 2 runners on. That one will be low for ball 1. So still no outs here in the bottom of the third as Danielewicz looks at Mitchell Tolk on the mound. Here comes the 1-0. Tolk takes a peek back at Baracani. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on and missed. We'll even the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lucas Danielewicz out of Mesa Community College. Tolk delivers. That one will be outside. Ball 2. So now the count moves to 2-1. No outs. Runner in scoring position for the Spuds. Comes the pitch from Tolk to Danielewicz. That one swung on, high fly ball towards center field. That's Derek Wood looking up to make the grab. He does. Baracani makes his way. Nope, he'll turn back and will be safe. So Baracani thought about making his way from second to third, but the throw from center fielder Derek Wood makes him turn around. So the first out of the bottom of the third brings up the lefty first baseman Tyler Stone, who has a base hit earlier today. So the fresh count, that one check swing, he did go for a strike. Count will start at 0-1 for Tyler Stone. So the 0-1, 2 runners on its way. That one swung on high in there for a strike. So 0 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out after Daniel Wicks popped out to center field. So now the 0-2. Baracani at second. That one will be swung on, fouled back. We'll keep the count at 0-2, and we'll try that pitch one more. So Stone steps back into the box. Last night, 1 hit at 5 at-bats. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch from Tolk. That one swung on, fouled off the same spot. So the count will stay at 0-2. Runners at first and second. Baracani at second. Bischoff at first. Here comes the 0-2 once more. Runners will go. Baracani slides in. Called safe. The throw not in time, so Baracani showing off his wheels there. Will advance both runners. So 2 runners now in scoring position. As that pitch was in there for a ball. So a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still just 1 out. Now 2 runners in scoring position.
1-2 the count.
1-2 on its way. That one big swing and a miss will be a strikeout for Tolk. So his 4th one of the day. It'll be the 2nd out of the inning, and it'll bring up Tyler Castelli batting cleanup tonight for the Spuds.
Number 9, Tyler Castelli.
So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Brings up Tyler Castelli, batting 4th in the lineup out of Embry-Riddle. Here comes the first pitch. That one in there for a strike. So Castelli last night, 1 for 5, 294 average, and 2 strikeouts. He's got a base hit tonight. That one check swing didn't go inside ball 1. So an even count, 1-1, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Tolk delivers. That one swung on towards center field. A diving play, doesn't make the grab, and Castelli makes it to first in time. So that'll be an RBI single for Tyler Castelli, and the Spuds take the 1-0 lead. That's Dawson Baracani crossing home plate for the Spuds. So Castelli finds his 2nd base hit of the day, counted as an RBI for him. Now runners on the corner. The Spuds take their first lead of the series, 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. So the coach for the Bison coming out to have a chat with the umpire. Disagrees with the call as the shortstop McCafferty made a diving play towards the ball.
Let's go, Spuds!
0 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs.
So a close call there towards the 2nd base bag. But that one skips in there.
Close. Single.
Nonetheless, the Spuds score 1. So runners at the corner. Brings up Jeremy Keller now for the Spuds. 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. That one outside for ball 1. So the 1-0 count, 1 ball, 0 strikes, 2 outs are at first and 3rd. Here comes the pitch from Tolk. That one swung on, will be fouled towards the first base line. We'll even the count up at 1-1. So the even 1-1. Tolk looks at first. Tyler Castelli standing there after the RBI single. That one swung on, fouled off again, straight to the Bison dugout, but bounces off the fence. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tolk to Keller. Keller out of Skyline Community College, wearing number 7 for the Spuds in their black uniforms. Here comes the pitch. Runner goes from first to second. Castelli slides in safe. Runner from third makes the decision to steal home, and he does. So that will bring Castelli all the way home. The call is safe. So what a play there from the Spuds to score 2 more runs. So the pitch got away from Mitchell Tolk. Can't be handled well from the catcher Pezzanella. So that was Tyler Castelli, who was on first base, went early to steal second, makes his way to third, and scores home. So 2 runs scored for the Spuds on no hits. So the Spuds score their 3rd of the inning. The 2-2, still 2 outs. That pitch will be high for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. What a crazy play there for the Spuds. Just stealing the bases, scoring 2 runs. Here comes the 3-2. That one swung on, fouled off. Straight towards us, hits the net. So now no runners on. The full count, Tolk to Keller. On its way. That one check swing will be outside for a walk. So ball 4 to Jeremy Keller. So Keller makes his way to first.
From Montana State University, designated hitter, Peyton Flynn.
So Peyton Flynn, the DH tonight for the Spuds. Batting 6th in the lineup out of Montana State. Looks at Tolk. The runner at first. That one curves in there, finds the strike zone. Strike 1. So the 0-1 to Peyton Flynn. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing will be high for ball 1. So Peyton Flynn in his 3-game appearances batting .333, 12 at-bats, 4 hits, 2 runs, a couple of doubles, and a couple of RBIs. Flynn not in the lineup last night, making his debut in the series. That one swung on, will be fouled off for strike 2. So the 1-2 count now. 2 outs. Keller at first after being walked. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Tolk. Swung on, fouled off again, so we'll remain the count. Excuse me, that'll keep the count at 1-2, and we'll try that pitch again. One-two count, 2 outs, runner at first. On its way, that one will stay high, even the count up at 2-2. So the even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, as well as 2 outs. Tolk to Peyton Flynn. Comes the 2-2. That one will make contact on Flynn's lead arm. Will make his way to first and advance the runner from first to second. So a 2-out rally here for the Spuds. Scoring 3 so far this inning will bring up Zachary Schwartzberg, the shortstop.
Zach Schwartzberg.
So Schwartzberg last night, 2 at-bats, 1 hit. Outside of that, he has 2 more hits and 2 runs in the previous 3 games he's appeared in. So here comes the first pitch with 2 runners on now. Swung on deep right field. It should be a play made from Salgado there. Salgado does make the grab for out number 3. Nonetheless, a good inning there for the Spuds. Taking a 3-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. We'll move to the top of the 4th as the Bison find themselves trailing. We'll be right back. Before we start the 4th inning here, I'd like to give a reminder to everybody tuning in to follow us on social media. It's at Facebook at Spuds Baseball Club, as well as on Twitter at Spuds Baseball, and you can find us on Instagram at Spuds Baseball. And if you use that same username on TikTok, you will also find us at Spuds Baseball. TikTok, you'll see the players doing some dances. One of my favorite social media for our team here. Nonetheless, here comes the leadoff hitter for the Bison, number 26, Nico Pezzanella, playing catcher tonight. That first pitch will be in there for a strike. So an 0-1 start to the top of the 4th. That pitch will be high to even the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 count here to the lefty Pezzanella. That one swung on, fouled off towards the first base line. We'll call strike 2. 1-2 count now. Nico Pezzanella out of Northern State University. Looking at Jansen Lucas, the lefty on the mound. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on towards the first baseman, Tyler Stone, a diving play. Can't make the grab, so it'll be a leadoff base hit to start the top of the 4th for Nico Pezzanella. It's their first hit of the night as a team for the Bison. Brings up the DH, Luke Bannister, out of Temple College.
And folks, don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock game time right here, kids 12 and under are free. Every Friday night. Kids 12 and under
So
are
Lucas
free.
on the mound, making his first appearance of this series. Now looking at Bannister. Comes the first pitch. That one swung on deep towards center field. That center fielder Bischoff, moving from right to left, makes the grab. And Pezzanella will return to first base. So Lucas has pitched 4 innings this season. He's got a 6.75 ERA. He's allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, but also 3 errors in the time that he's been pitching. So now that'll be the first out of the inning as Bannister popped out to center fielder Owen Bischoff. It'll bring up Tyler Godfrey, the 3rd baseman, lefty hitter out of Montana State. Here comes the first pitch. Big swing and a miss. A little bit of a changeup there. Catches Godfrey swinging early. The 0-1 start. Tyler Godfrey 1 out, runner on first. That one gets up and away out of Lucas, so Pezzanella will easily make his way from first to second. So runner in scoring position now for the Bison as that pitch from Lucas goes over the head of catcher Jeremy Keller. Here comes that pitch, another big swing and a miss. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Here comes the lefty to the lefty. Swung on towards the third base line. Stays fair. No, it doesn't. Will be a foul ball. So Godfrey makes his way back after he ran to first. We'll pick that bat up. So Godfrey, as I mentioned, out of Montana State, a little bit of a friendly battle, as Peyton Flynn, the DH for the Spuds, also out of Montana State. A little bit of bragging rights there for within their college team. So the 2-2 count now. Lucas to Godfrey. That one will get outside. We'll move the count to full. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Spuds scoring 3 in the 3rd to jump out to this early lead. So full count pitch on its way. That one in there for strike 3. Jansen Lucas picks up his 5th strikeout of the night. So Lucas has been looking solid so far through his 3.5 innings. So now Calvin Webb, the first baseman for the Bison, steps into the box. Like I said, his debut of the series is tonight. That pitch, big swing and a miss. Bison only 1 hit so far on the day. Time called. Webb steps back into the box with 2 outs and a runner at second. Here comes the pitch. That one will be upstairs, even the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Lucas. That one will be curved in there, but stay low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Calvin Webb out of Dakota Wesleyan University. The 2-1 pitch is delivered, swung on towards center field. That's Owen Bischoff coming to make the play, and he does. So the Spuds continue their shutout here today as the Bison leave a runner at second stranded. It'll bring up the bottom of the 4th as the Spuds look to add to this 3-0 lead. We'll be right back with the action after this short break.
Don't you hear my boots
So we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. The Spuds leading the Bison 3-0. Mason Levitt, the second baseman, makes his way into the batter's box. So Levitt making his first appearance in this series. 2 games played, 7 at-bats, a single hit for him. Here comes the first pitch in there for strike 1. So Levitt, local out of Northwest Nazarene University. It's a short trip over here to Wolf Field, the home of the College of Idaho Yotes. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one will be low, even the count up at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to start the bottom of the 4th. As Tolk still on the mound for the Bison. That pitch swung on, fouled off. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Levitt leads things off for the Spuds here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Right-handed pitcher to the right-handed batter. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one will be outside, even the count up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On its way, that one swung on, fouled off. We'll keep the count at 2-2, and we'll try that one again. Tolk steps back onto the mound. Levitt steps back into the box. Levitt, the second baseman. That pitch, big swing and a miss for another strikeout of the day for Mitchell Tolk, his 5th one. So now 1 out. Brings up Dawson Barakani, who has scored today. Being hit by the pitch. Made his way to the bases and then made his way all the way around. Score a run for the Spuds. So now 1 out. First pitch to Barakani. That one will find the edge of the strike zone for strike 1. So 0-1 start to Barakani, wearing number 5 for the Spuds. So Mitchell Tolk, 5 strikeouts so far on the day. Comes that one, will be outside, 1-1. So a little bit of a competition between the pitchers, both even with 5 strikeouts. Here comes the 1-1. That one will be high for ball 2. Spuds scored 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. So they look to grab the first win of the season and even up the series at 1-1. Here comes the 2-1, swung on, fouled off, even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as Dawson Barakani, batting 9th out of the lineup, will step back into the box. Here comes the 2-2. That one will be outside, move the count to full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tolk and Barakani here in the bottom of the 4th. That one will be inside, ball 4, a walk. So Barakani makes his way back to the bases. Last at bat being hit by pitch. This at bat being walked. So now the top of the lineup for the Spuds. Owen Bischoff, the center fielder, will step into the box with a runner at first. Bischoff, the center fielder, wearing 1 for the Spuds. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on towards the center gap. That one tapped on, he steps on second base, makes the toss to first. A little bit away from first baseman Calvin Webb, who stepped off the bag. So it'll be a base hit for Bischoff. But Barakani can't get to second in time. That was the shortstop, Quinn McCafferty, making the play, stepping on second base and getting the out. So now Lucas Danielwicks, the right fielder, in the box for the Spuds. 2 outs, a runner still at first. Comes first pitch. That one will be upstairs. Ball 1. Bischoff standing at first. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one will also be high, ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes now. Tolk to Danielwicks. Two outs, bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, strike 1. So Bischoff had the base hit. Stands at first base. Tolk takes a peek at him. Now looks back at Danielwicks. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on towards right field, and it won't drop. So that's Caleb Salgado just taking a few steps forward to make the grab for out number 3 of the inning. So the top of the 5th, as the Spuds still lead this one 3-0. We'll be right back. I like to mention this on every home broadcast we've had so far. That last ad for Starbucks will give you a great deal. If you head to the Caldwell location and you walk in and tell one of the workers, go Spuds, you can get yourself a 2-for-1 coupon for tickets, redeemable at any home game out here at Wolf Field. So I'd recommend you make your way to that Caldwell Starbucks location, tell them go Spuds, get yourself a 2-for-1 ticket. Here comes the first pitch to Cooper Hack. That'll be in there, strike 1. So now the 0-1 count here in the top of the 5th, and the Spuds leave 3-0, getting their 3 runs in the 4th. That one will be blown outside, even the count up at 1-1. So the second game of this 5-game stretch, the Bison winning last night's 4-3. That pitch swung on towards right field. That's Danielwicks making a sliding grab for out 1. So a good play there from Lucas Danielwicks as he slides in there to make the grab. So now Caleb Salgado, the right fielder, batting 9th in the lineup, steps into the box with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Fresh count. That one swung on towards the third baseman, straight towards Baracani. Makes the play. So another quick out for the Spuds will bring up the top of the lineup. Derek Wood at a Paradise Valley Junior College, the center fielder. So Baracani makes the grab for out number 2. Now Wood, 2 outs, first pitch, just a bit outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes now from Lucas to Wood. That second one finds the edge of the strike zone to even up the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1 count. Lucas, that one swung on by Wood. That's the shortstop, Zachary Schwartzberg, calling it off and making the grab. So a quick 3 outs there to start the top of the 5th will bring us to the bottom of the inning. The Spuds look to add to their 3-run lead. We'll be right back. So we move to the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Bison make a pitching change. Ty Volmar comes in to relieve after Mitchell Tolk had 5 strikeouts and allowed 3 runs on the day.
Leading off for the Spuds, first baseman number 34, Tyler Stone.
So Volmar will look at his first hitter, Tyler Stone, who has a base hit, number 34, the left-handed first baseman. Here comes Volmar's first pitch. That one will be low for a ball. So a 1-0 start to the bottom of the 5th. That second pitch high for ball 2. So now the 2-0 count. Volmar's first batter is Tyler Stone. So Tyler Stone out of Gonzaga in the transfer portal currently, but here comes the 2-0. That one big swing and a miss. So Volmar finds his first strike of his evening, moves the count to 2-1. The 2-1 will be low for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to start the top of the 5th. Stone. That pitch will find the edge of the strike zone. Move the count to full. So the crowd, not a fan of that one, as it looked pretty outside from up here, but nonetheless called a strike. So the full count now to Tyler Stone to start the bottom of the 5th. Comes the pitch, swung on, it'll be off Volmar's glove. Will Stone be able to make the run in time? He does. So Stone finds his second base hit of the day to start the bottom of the 5th. So he makes contact straight towards the pitcher Volmar, bounces off Volmar's glove towards the second baseman Panton, but he can't field the ball in time as Stone had already crossed the plate. excuse me, the first base back. So here comes the fresh count to the lefty, Tyler Castelli. That one swung on left field. It'll be foul. So strike one. So Volmar is coming in for relief. Looks at Tyler Castelli batting cleanup tonight. He's got a pair of base hits. Here comes the pitch. That one inside. Castelli slides out of the way. Make sure that pitch doesn't hit him. Ball one. 1-1 count. Tyler Castelli out of Embry-Riddle. Looking to add to the score for the Spuds. That one swung on. It'll be in the left field gap for another base hit. So Castelli, third base hit so far today. Advances Stone to second. Now runners will stand at first and second base. Brings up Jeremy Keller, the catcher out of Skyline Community College.
The catcher, number 7, Jeremy Keller.
So Keller played last night. Couldn't get a hit at 3 at-bats. Finds himself with 2 runners on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spuds up 3. Stone standing at second. Castelli at first after they each found a base hit. That one gets high and away from the catcher, so both runners will advance to scoring position. So ball one, that pitch goes high from Volmer to the catcher Pezzanella, goes straight over his head after the bunt was shown from Keller. So runners at second and third now. It's Castelli at second and Tyler Stone standing at third. The 1-0 count to Jeremy Keller from Ty Volmar. That one will find the strike zone to even the count up at 1-1. So a 1-1 count now here in the bottom of the 5th. No outs. Runners at second and third. Here comes the 1-1. That one will be upstairs for ball 2. So a 2-1 count now. 2-1 count. Volmar to Keller. Volmar in his first inning. That one swung on left field. It'll drop. So it'll be 2 runs scoring, and Jeremy Keller will hold up at first. So it's a 2 RBI single for catcher Jeremy Keller, as Tyler Stone and Castelli will both cross home plate to add 2 more to their lead. So now the Spuds lead 5-0 as the DH tonight, Peyton Flynn, steps into the box for the Spuds. So the coach will come out for the Bison to have a talk with Ty Volmar, who came in this inning as the reliever.
Under are free. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
So the Spuds scoring 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, and have added 2 more here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The runner will stand at first, and Jeremy Keller, if he had the 2 RBI single. The Spuds leading 5, looking for their first win of the season. So another fresh count to Flynn. That first pitch will drop in low for a ball. So the 1-0 count now, Volmar to Flynn, the DH out of Montana State. 1-0 count, still no outs in the bottom of the fifth. Comes the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, fouled off, straight back. Strike one. So the count will even up at 1-1. As Flynn looks at Ty Volmar on the mound. Flynn batting .333 on the year in just 3 games played. 3 hits, 3 runs at 9 at bats. Here comes that pitch. That one will skip in there. Runners will hold up at first. Call it ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Still no outs in the bottom of the fifth. That's Keller standing at first base. A 2-1 count to Peyton Flynn. Two-1 on its way. That one also low, ball 3. So advantage to Peyton Flynn. The 3-1 count now here at Wolf Field in Caldwell, Idaho. So now 3 balls, 1 strike. Volmar delivers. That one swung on, high fly ball towards right field. That's Salgado. No, that's the second baseman, Panton. Excuse me. They both call each other off, but Salgado ends up making the grab. So Salgado comes up from right field to catch that fly ball for the first out of the inning. So Peyton Flynn pops up and out, brings up Zachary Schwartzberg, the shortstop, batting 7th tonight for the Spuds. So Keller remains at first. Now the fresh count to Schwartzberg. That one swung on towards center field. That's Derek Wood making a diving grab and flips it to first, but the throw won't be in time. A great play there from center fielder Derek Wood as he dives head first to make the grab for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 4, Mason
So Schwartzberg pops out to center. We'll bring up Mason Levitt, the second baseman for the Spuds. Still a runner at first. And Jeremy Keller had the 2 RBI single. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That one drops in there for strike 1. So now the 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner at first, bottom of the 5th inning. Spuds scoring 2 this inning. That one chop, swing, fouled off. Strike 2. So now the 0-2, Volmar looking at Mason Levitt. Pitch on its way, that one stays high. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to Mason Levitt. Mason Levitt out of NNU. Here comes the 1-2. That one also upstairs will even the count up at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Here comes the pitch from Volmar. That one will be outside, so now a full count. So the 0-2 turns into the 3-2. The full count, the 3-2. Here comes the pitch to Levitt. That one swung on towards center. It is second baseman Panton backing up to make the grab. So that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. We'll move to the top of the 6th. But the Spuds finding 2 more runs there in the 5th. 5 runs on 6 hits. We'll move to the top of the 6th as the Spuds now lead this one 5-0. Welcome back to Spuds TV. As we start the top of the 6th inning with the shortstop Quinn McCafferty batting second in the lineup for the Bison tonight. So still just one hit for the Bison tonight. That first pitch swung on and missed by McCafferty. So Jansen Lucas still on the mound, the lefty pitcher. 5 strikeouts so far today. So the 0-1 start. That one swung on towards center field. That's the second baseman, Levitt, coming over to make the play. And what a toss from Mason Levitt. Mason Levitt flips that one all the way from second on the run to Tyler Stone at first base to catch McCafferty out in time. So a great play by Mason Levitt for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up Justice Panton, the second baseman for the Bison. That first pitch in there for strike 1. So the 0-1 now, Lucas to Panton with 1 out to start the top of the 6th. That one, big swing and a miss. Swings out of his shoes, slips over home plate. Count moves to 0-2. So Panton swinging for the fences here, loses his footing. Spuds out hitting the Bison 6-1 tonight. Here comes the 0-2 from Lucas. That one will be low and inside for ball 1. So 1 out, now the 1-2 pitch to Panton. Panton no hits last night at 4 at bats. That one a huge check swing. Falls over again, and he ended up going. So counted as a strikeout for Jansen Lucas. His 6th win of the day will retire Justice Panton, the second out of the inning. So Panton slips twice on that at-bat. Might need to get him a new pair of cleats. Brings up Nico Pezzanella, who has the only hit for the Bison today. The catcher wearing 26. So 2 outs. First pitch, that one swung on. Strike 1. So the 0-1 pitch, Lucas to Pezzanella. That one, another check swing. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike for Pezzanella. Pezzanella 1 hit last night on 5 at-bats. That pitch finds the edge of the strike zone. A good-looking pitch from Lucas. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Lucas to Pezzanella. Pezzanella, once again, the only base hit today for the Bison. That one swung on, just barely fouled back. Keep the count at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lucas will redo the pitch. One ball, 2 strikes. That pitch, that will find the strike zone. So Lucas having a great day. His 7th strikeout so far through 6 innings pitched. Move us to the bottom of the 6th as the Spuds still trail this one 5-0. 3 quick outs there for the Spuds. We'll be back with the action after this break.
Don't you hear my boots
So a new pitcher for the Bison after Volmar comes in last inning, but gets subbed out already after allowing 2 runs in the 5th. So a new pitcher, TJ Provenzano, number 8 for the Bison, will face Dawson Barakani, who's batting 9th in the lineup tonight for the Spuds. So Provenzano steps in and will face Barakani. Barakani out of Mesa Community College. Here comes the first pitch. That one will be high for ball 1. So first pitch, first ball for Provenzano as he makes his debut of this series. So Barakani swung on. That will be a base hit, his first one of the season. Dawson Barakani leads off the bottom of the 6th with the single. So that'll bring up the top of the lineup now. Owen Bischoff, the center fielder, who also has a base hit earlier today. 7th hit for the Spuds from Dawson Barakani. So the first batter for the new pitcher, Provenzano, is a base hit. So now the new count, still no outs, runner on. First one finds the strike zone, strike 1. So Provenzano, his first strike of the day.
0 balls, 1 strike, nobody out, runner on first.
Find ourselves in the bottom of the 6th. Spuds leading 5. A pickoff attempt from Provenzano to Barakani, but Barakani slides in time. Safe. So now no balls, 1 strike. Barakani at first, another pickoff attempt, but Barakani slides in safely. So still the 0-1. Provenzano to Bischoff. That one check swing didn't go. Ball will be outside. Ball 1. So here we are in game 2 of this 5-game series. Missed last night. The Bison edged out the win 4-3. Here comes pitch 2. Big swing and a miss from Owen Bischoff, strike 2. So the Spuds, their 5th game of the season, an 0-4 start, lost a few tight games, looking to put one in the win column tonight. The Bison coming into this game 4-2. Another pickoff attempt, but Barakani slides back in safe. That one a little bit closer than the other 2. But Barakani fast on his feet to get back to first before the tag. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes to leadoff hitter Owen Bischoff from Yakima Valley. The 1-2 on its way. That one will be upstairs, counted as a ball, even the count up at 2-2. The 2-2 count now. Provenzano to Bischoff. That one in there for strike 3. So that catches the upper side of the strike zone for Provenzano's first strikeout of the day. So Bischoff strikes out looking, brings up Lucas Danielewicz, the right fielder. Danielewicz hitting well so far on the year at 400 average. That first pitch in there for strike 1. So now the 0-1 with Barakani still standing at first base after the leadoff base hit. Another pickoff attempt, but Barakani standing on the bag safe. Provenzano just got his first strikeout on Owen Bischoff. Now looking at Lucas Danielewicz. Here comes the pitch. That one will be high, even the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and a runner at first. So the 1-1 on its way. That one will be a bit outside, ball 2. So count moves to 2-1. Provenzano to Daniel Wicks. Another pickoff attempt. Baracani doesn't even have to slide for that one, just steps back onto the bag. So Provenzano really trying to keep Baracani honest. I believe he has a stolen bag earlier on the day, might be in the back of the pitcher's head. Here comes the 2-1, swung on towards center field. That's Derek Wood going back to make the grab. So Baracani will return to first base. So now the Bison find the second out of the inning. As Daniel Wicks pops out to center field, brings up Tyler Stone for the Spuds. Has a couple of hits.
Tyler Stone.
He's crossed the home plate today for the Spuds. Now looks at Provenzano with 2 outs. Another pickoff attempt. Provenzano really working Baracani. So the count 0-0. Runner still at first. Baracani goes. Will the throw be in time? No, and a little bit of an errant throw. Baracani, another successful stolen base for him tonight. He moves his way to second. So the count now 1-0 to the lefty hitter Tyler Stone. He steps back into the box with a runner at second base now. Provenzano calls time to have a quick chat with his catcher Pezzanella. So they make their way to the mound. A quick chat. They will give each other knucks and return back to their respective positions. So Pezzanella returns behind the plate. Baracani, the base hit, and then a successful stolen base, stands at second as the Spuds lead this one by 5. 3 runs in the third, 2 more in the fifth. So a 1-0 pitch, 2 outs to Tyler Stone. That one will be high and outside, ball 2. So now a 2-0 count to Stone. Here comes the 2-0 from Provenzano. On its way. That one swung on, big swing and a miss for strike 1. So you can look off in the distance. There's definitely some rain clouds far away from us, but should be a dry night here at Wolf Field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Provenzano to Tyler Stone. He's got a base hit. That one in there skips low for ball 3. So the advantage to Stone now. 3-1 count. With 2 outs. Once again, that's Baracani standing at second. Here comes the 3-1, swung on towards right field. It'll be a base hit. Baracani sent home. He will be in time. So an RBI single for Tyler Stone as he adds to his day with another base hit. Will score Dawson Baracani as he makes his way from second to home for another run.
Your left fielder, number 9, Tyler Castelli.
So that'll bring up Tyler Castelli after the 2-out RBI single from Tyler Stone scores Baracani. And the Spuds increased their lead to 6. First pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Spuds a commanding lead now through 6, through 5.5. Another pickoff attempt. This time it is Tyler Stone sliding in there safe. So Provenzano really working to get a pickoff tonight. He's making the first baseman, Calvin Webb, work. Here comes pitch 2. That one swung on, fouled. Strike 1, even the count. So now the even 1-1, 2 outs to the left fielder, Castelli. He's got a few base hits. Another pickoff attempt. Stone in there, safe. Provenzano really making sure those runners make their way to first base. Don't get too much of a leadoff. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one will be high. Ball 2. So move the count to 2-1. Still 2 outs. Spuds scoring 1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one will also be high. Move the count to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Tyler Castelli. Batting cleanup for the Spuds as he looks at the pitcher, TJ Provenzano, in his first inning tonight. Comes the 3-1. That one also high, so a walk. So Castelli makes his way to first. That's Stone making his way to second. Now Jeremy Keller, who did have the 2 RBI single in the 5th. So he'll step up to plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Stone at second, Castelli at first, drawing the walk. Here comes the 0-0. First pitch swung on, fouled off by Keller. So 0-1 now. Provenzano to the right-handed hitter, Jeremy Keller out of Skyline Community College. Like I said, had the 2 RBI single in the 5th. Here comes the 0-1, a big swing and a miss. Move the count to 0-2. So now the count at 0-2, 2 outs still here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-out rally, that one will be high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs still in the bottom of the 6th. The Spuds lead this one by 6. Have held the lead all day. That one swung on. That's the first baseman running back, but it'll be a foul ball. So Calvin Webb made his way back to try to make the grab. Couldn't be there in time. Ball goes foul. Count stays at 1-2. So the runners return to first and second. Castelli at first, Stone at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Provenzano to Keller. Looks back at second, will step off the mound. One ball, 2 strikes, and a couple of outs still. Here comes the pitch. That one will be low and outside. Good work from the catcher Pezzanella to corral that one. We'll even the count up at 2-2. So the 2-2 now to Keller. Spuds out hitting the Bison 8-1 tonight. Here comes the 2-2. That one low and outside. We'll move to full. So started with 2 quick strikes. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jeremy Keller. A full count, 2 outs. Provenzano gets the call. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on, chopped at towards the shortstop McCafferty. Can't make the play. Tyler Stone will be safe at home. So McCafferty fumbles the ball. That one might go down as an error. Nonetheless, Tyler Stone takes advantage of the misplay by the shortstop and scores another run. So 2 runs now here with 2 outs. Increase the lead 7-0. That'll bring up Peyton Flynn. So another RBI for Jeremy Keller. Scores the 7th run of the day. So that first pitch fouled off from Peyton Flynn, the designated hitter now in the box for the Spuds. So runners remain at first and second. That was impressive base running from Tyler Stone, the heads-up play to take off towards home after shortstop fumbled the ball. That second pitch outside, ball 1. So 1-1 count. Jeremy Keller stands at first, having a good night. 3 RBIs and 2 singles. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Peyton Flynn. We'll move the count to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, still 2 outs. The Spuds scoring both of their runs with 2 outs in the inning. They lead this one by 7. Last night they lost 4-3. A much different look here for the Spuds offense today. That fourth pitch, in there for a ball. Even the count up at 2-2. So Keller at first. Castelli stands at second. Here comes the pitch from Provenzano to Flynn. That one outside will move the count to full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-out rally, scoring 2 runs for the Spuds. They look to add to the score. Here comes the full count pitch from Provenzano. Runners go. That one a ball. There's Castelli. Will he be down in time? He is. So great base running there from Castelli as he takes off from second and rounds third as the ball got away from the catcher. And he slides in there safe for the 8th run and the 3rd run of the inning. So runners still at first and second. That was Peyton Flynn with an RBI single, scoring Tyler Castelli. So the Bison go to the bullpen once more. A new pitcher in the game. We will let you know who that is taking the mound for the Bison after we take this short break. Still 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Spuds lead this one 8-0. Welcome back to the action. Caleb Lafooner, number 44, will come in on the mound. So the Spuds working the Bison bullpen tonight. The third pitcher so far on the day. A fresh count to Zachary Schwartzberg. That first pitch fouled off. Strike one. So now the 0-1. I'd like to correct myself. This is the fourth pitcher for the Bison tonight. 2 runners on, 3 runs scored in this inning, all with 2 outs. Here comes pitch 2. That one straight towards the second baseman, Justice Panton, who runs over and makes a grab. So nonetheless, a really good inning for the Spuds, adding 3 more to their lead. They're up 8-0 as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Spuds looking to grab their first win of the year and even up the series 1-1. I know we just took a break, but we're going to have to take one more. We'll be right back. So we move to the 7th inning. Leading off for the Bison to start things off is Luke Bannister, the designated hitter out of Temple College. The Bison trail this one 8-0 after the Spuds score 3 in the last inning. So that first pitch outside for a ball. So if you're wondering how he got here, Spuds score 3 in the 3rd, 2 more in the 5th, and then 3 more last inning in the 6th. That tallies us up at 8. That one chopped at towards the pitcher Lucas and makes the play to first for out number 1. So Jansen Lucas, a good night so far, 7 strikeouts, and then he makes that play there. So 1 quick out. Brings up Tyler Godfrey, the third baseman. So the Bison still just 1 hit today. The single coming from Pezzanella earlier in the game. Being out hit 9-1. Here comes the first pitch to Godfrey in there. Strike 1. So we'll start at the 0-1 count. Jansen Lucas still on the mound for the Spuds. Going to go for the full game here. The second pitch, low and outside, ball 1. So we'll even the count up at 1-1. Lucas dealing to Godfrey. Godfrey, the third baseman for the Bison. Here comes the 1-1. That one way inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now, with 1 out after Bannister grounded out to the pitcher. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, high fly ball towards center. That's the shortstop Schwartzberg coming over to make the grab for out 2. So 2 quick outs to start the top of the 7th. We'll bring up the third batter, Calvin Webb, the first baseman for the Bison. So Calvin Webb, his debut in the series, didn't play last night, still no hits today. Out of Dakota Wesleyan University. 2 outs, first pitch, check swing in there for strike 1. So the 0-1 count with 2 outs. That one swung on towards right field, straight to Lucas Danielwicks. So 3 up, 3 down. The dominance continues for Jansen Lucas as he pitches this shutout. Still only allowed 1 hit. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th as the Spuds still lead this one by 8. Spuds lead this one 8-0. Mason Levitt looks to get things started here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th. That one upstairs, ball 1. We'll start with the 1-0 count. Caleb Lafooner pitching to Mason Levitt. Lafooner, the 4th pitcher tonight for the Spuds. That second pitch in there evens the count up at 1-1. So now the 1-1, Lafooner to Levitt. Here on its way, that one curves in there low. Ball 2. So the 2-1 count. Spuds 9 hits to the Bison's single hit. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on and missed, leaving the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A great crowd here tonight at Wolf Field, giving the Spuds the energy they need. The 2-2 count inside will move to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to start the bottom of the 7th. Lafooner dealing to Mason Levitt. Here comes the full count pitch. Swung on, fouled off. Count will stay 3-2. We'll try that one once more. So the full count pitch, we'll do it one more time. Lafooner to Levitt. Start the bottom of the 7th. That one will be low and outside. A leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 7th. So Levitt makes his way to first. We'll bring up the bottom of the lineup. Dawson Barakani. He has a single earlier on the day. He'll step into the plate with no outs and now a runner on at first. So now the fresh count to Dawson Barakani. That one curves in there, strike 1. So the 0-1, now Lafooner to Barakani. Levitt drawing the walk, stands at first base. Lafooner, the 4th pitcher for the Bison. They trail this one by 8. That one just barely misses Barakani's leg. It'll go down as a ball, 1-1 count. This is game 2 of this 5-game series. Spuds looking to get one back. Here comes the 1-1. That one swung on towards the shortstop McCafferty. Makes the play. Will the throw be in time? It is. So McCafferty grounds that one. Fielder's choice tosses it to first. Baracani will ground out. It'll bring the top of the lineup. Owen Bischoff, he's got a base hit earlier today out of Yakima Valley. So Levitt now will stand at second base in scoring position. As the first out is found here in the bottom of the 7th. So like I said, game 2 of this 5-game series tomorrow. Same pitch time, 7:05. Bring your kids. Kids under 12 will get in free on Friday nights. Here comes the first pitch. That one, change up. In there, strike one. So runner at second, one out in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 to Owen Bischoff. The big right-handed pitcher, Caleb Lafooner. Wearing number 44 on the mound. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on towards right field. High fly ball. That's Salgado going back. Makes the grab. Levitt takes off from second and will slide in safely to third. So a runner at third now. Bischoff pops out to right. Brings up Lucas Danielewicz from Mesa Community College.
Lucas Danielewicz.
So Levitt stands 90 feet from the home plate. Just a quick sprint for him. Here comes the fresh count. First pitch, low for a ball. So 1-0 to Danielewicz. Danielewicz batting .400 in the season. Comes pitch 2. That one also low and skips in there for the second ball. As I mentioned, Danielewicz, .400 average, 10 at-bats, 4 hits, 4 runs. His 4th game appearance for the Spuds. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That one also outside. Third ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Advantage to Lucas Danielewicz. Runner at third is Mason Levitt. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. That one low and gets away from the catcher. Levitt will glide in to score, increasing the lead to 9. So a pitch that gets away from Lafooner, bounces, and hops over Pezzanella. It'll be a walk for Danielewicz. Now he stands at first. And Mason Levitt was able to make his way to home plate to score another run. That'll bring up Tyler Stone. He's got a few base hits. 2 outs now. Runner at first. Bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch to Stone. That one catches the outside of the strike zone. Start at an 0-1 count. Lafooner to Stone. Here comes the second pitch. Oh, no, a pickoff attempt. Danielewicz slides back. So Danielewicz still at first. Here comes the 0-1 to Stone. Time is called. Pitcher steps off the mound. So the 0-1 still, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Danielewicz at first. Comes the pitch, swung on towards the third baseman, Godfrey, and he flips it to second for the 3rd out. So out of the end the 7th, the Spuds add 1 more to their lead, making it 9-0. Spuds looking to grab their first win of the year. We'll be right back after this short break.
Don't you hear my boots flash?
So a new pitcher comes in to close this game off. It's Blake McFadden. He's pitched 2 innings so far, a 4.5 ERA on the season. He comes in for Jansen Lucas, who only allowed 1 hit and no runs on the day. 7 strikeouts for Lucas, so a good night for him. McFadden's first batter will be number 31, the left fielder, Cooper Hack.
Left fielder, number 31, Cooper Hack. Left fielder, Hack.
So another lefty pitcher on the mound for the Spuds. He looks to keep this shutout going. First pitch in there, strike 1.
That's a strike all night. All night. Up, down.
So we'll start with an 0-1 count, McFadden to Hack. Second pitch, that one will be low for a ball. Evens the count up at 1-1 here in the top of the 8th. Comes the 1-1 pitch from McFadden. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As McFadden comes in facing his first hitter. So now the 1-2, McFadden to Hack. Here comes the pitch. Big swing and a miss. So strikeout number 1 for McFadden in his first, as he faces his first hitter of the night. So 1 up, 1 down to start the top of the 8th.
The right fielder, Salgado.
Brings up Caleb Salgado, batting 9th in the lineup out of Yuba College, the right fielder. Here comes the first pitch. Bunt shown, laid down. McFadden makes the play and tosses it to first in time. So a quick 2 outs for Blake McFadden, who comes in, strikes out the first, and then able to pick that one up off the ground and toss it to first.
Top of the order for Gem City. Center fielder number 15, Derek Wood. The center fielder, Wood.
So now up to the plate, Derek Wood, number 15, the top of the lineup for the Bison. Here comes the first pitch from McFadden. That one way outside, we'll call that ball 1. So McFadden making easy work out of the first 2 hitters he faced tonight, coming in for Jansen Lucas. Lefty subs out for the lefty. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one another swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. McFadden looking really well to start this 8th inning. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one will be outside. Ball 2. So now the 2-1 McFadden to Wood. Lefty to lefty. Here in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. 2-1 pitch, swung on, foul toward the third base line. Move the count to 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 8th. Nobody on and 2 outs. The Spuds have been dominating this one from the get. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one swung on towards left field. That will also be out of play for another foul. The count will stay at 2-2. McFadden to Wood. So McFadden gets the call. Here comes the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs to Wood. That one will be high and inside. We'll move the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. The full count. So now the 3-2. McFadden looking to go 3 up, 3 down to start his night. Here comes the full count pitch. That one will just miss outside. It'll be a walk, ball 4.
Shortstop.
So Wood makes his way down to first, brings up Quinn McCafferty out of Western Nebraska Community College. McCafferty last night, 2 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 run. Looks to see if he can keep the comeback going, or excuse me, make the comeback as the Bison trail 9 with 2 outs. That first pitch swung on, strike 1. So Derek Wood standing at first after drawing the walk. Now McFadden looks at his 4th batter of the night, Quinn McCafferty, with 2 outs. Now the 0-1 count. Pitch on its way. That one a little bit high. 1-1. Now the count. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Runner at first is Derek Wood. A little pickoff attempt. Wood will be back in time. So the lefty pitcher has a good look over there at first. Goes for the pickoff, unsuccessful. Goes for it once more. Wood safe again. So now the 1-1 still, 2 outs. Pitch on its way. That'll be upstairs, ball 2. Now the 2-1. 2-1 count. McFadden to McCafferty. 2 outs. That one finds the strike zone. We'll even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So McFadden looking for his 2nd strikeout of the inning. Looks down at McCafferty, the shortstop for the Bison. Here comes the 2-2. Runner will go. Big swing and a miss. A strikeout will be out number 3. So McFadden, 4 batters, 3 outs, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out to him, who fielded it and tossed it to first. Will end the top of the 8th. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th now. The Spuds still lead this one by 9. See if they can add to their lead. We'll be right back.